If you can't tell already, I am just so excited about this haul from Archer and Olive. I cannot wait to show it to you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and I am so in love with Archer and Olive products. I do showcase a lot of that here, not only on my YouTube, but also in my Patreon group. So if you aren't a member over there, come on over. It's free to join. There's also different paid tiers if you're interested, but I love showcasing my use of Archer and Olive products in my everyday life. So this is no exception because this Archer and Olive haul is fun. I wouldn't say it's a haul, but it's just a few little things that is gonna make my November and beyond planning even more special than it already is. So if you haven't noticed already, I have this very large box. This is the Archer and Olive brand new dated planners. And so I cannot wait to dive into it, but I also purchased something else from the fall lunch. These are the collage paper pads. I have never had one of the Archer and Olive collage paper pads, and I'm very excited about showing you those. And also in my box, my very big box, I had 2 of these moon shade totes. And they are just really large and very well sturdy, and I am going to use them definitely at the grocery store. Before I jump into the planner, I do want to look at these collage papers. I just love the way Archer and Olive packages their supplies. Now, I know that they've had collage papers before, but I'm like, yeah, I don't really need those. But this time I saw this and I was hooked. I knew I needed to have this paper pad because it has full of all of these bright neutrals. That's what I call them. So like when I think about neutrals, a lot of people think browns and grays. I think of neutrals and shades. So this is, to me, bright neutrals. Again, this has some foiling. And it looks like it's a repetitive pattern of different styles of photography, graphics, just a whole host of fun little collage papers that I'm definitely going to be using in my journaling and my planning, because that is what we have next. It is my big old B5 planner. Opening is the hardest part for Archer and Olive because I don't want to damage any of that precious box. I do reuse my boxes for other things sometimes. Sometimes I use them for storage long term after I finish using things. Oh, so pretty with that gold foiling on the front. Spine is your basic library spine from Archer and Olive. I just love the attention to detail they always have. So I'm gonna pull this apart, and I didn't tell you what kind of B5 dated planner I got, and now I get to show you. It is the spiral bound Songbird. I was so in love with this because there are so many different possibilities within this planner. I'm gonna go ahead and move some stuff out of the way and then we'll dive in. Well, my first thought is it going to be wide enough to add a few extra bulky things? And I think for some degree, I think we're gonna have some fine attributes with the coil. I have used wire O binding coils before. Actually, one of my second planner I've ever owned had a wire O binding, and I'm no stranger to it. I used to sell covers that were made for wire O binding. So it's really easy to use them, reshape them if you need to. So I think this was a wise choice on their part because it's also easy to add pages this way. So this, again, Songbird is my cover choice. It's debossed, which means it has like the image goes into the pleather, and then it looks like it has some screen printing on there as well. It's just gorgeous. Then it has this elastic binding that will work if I wanted to take it on the go. And then of course it has a pen loop, which is always so helpful. Then on the inside, the Songbirds continue here on the front cover. They're flying with their little vines and flowers. And then it says this book belongs to, and then Archer and Olive. I've always found that interesting that they accented the and. There's a grid paper here. Interesting. So this could be a good like goals page if you wanted it to be. I did purchase the B5 in lieu of the A5 because I think I could use some extra space for creative play. And that is the intent behind this planner for me. 2026 calendar, I was thinking about using this as a tracker. There isn't a 2025 calendar in here, even though it does start in November. That's right here. So I could add my own tracker on this page if I really wanted to. So that's a possibility, or maybe like some sort of like a tip in or something like that. I don't know. I haven't really decided. So there you go. There's your 2026 calendar. And I love the thickness of the papers. They assured us that they were the same thicknesses as other of their other journals, and I love them. They don't bleed, very sturdy. I even watercolor in them. Lots of things I do with the journals pages, so it's good to see they're here in the planner. Year at a glance. Again, this could be a great tracker. 1 through 31 for each of the months. Of course, you'll shade out a few here and there when we don't have 31, but I love that. That's a great idea. You do a word of the day. Wow, lots of things that we could use this for. I could track lots of creative play in here. Like if I wanted to paint one week or one day, make it a theme. It could go lots of different ways. So then we turn the page and we have another dot grid page and another dot grid page. Again, these could be great for goals, vision boards, anything like that. There's another grid page. But November, I love this little nameplate. You could do some little shading in here, and you also could use this as your tracker for November. I hadn't thought about that. So this looks like it was completely and 100% intentional to give you some space around. Normally when you have a month spread, at least in planner land, that you go all the way out to the edges with that bleed. But it looks like there's a lot of space around. And I like that because you could creatively use this space. You could use this for tracking and planning and thinking ahead, special dates, lots of different things. So it does have the numbers grayed out in the prior month, and then it's just the slightest bit of darker for the other months. So beautiful. And then it has like a list here, and I am a stickler for a well-spaced list. This fits my bill. Sometimes I look at lists and they're too long or too narrow. This is the perfect width of a list. So here's what the weekly sections looks like. Of course, it does start in October on the 27th. And then that is grade as well, a lower shade of grade. And then you get the whole first week, Saturday and Sunday is here on the bottom. And then you have a notes page. So that's interesting the way they've done that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's a Monday start, but the monthly calendar is a Sunday start, which I love. I really do enjoy a Sunday start month calendar, and it's taking me years to figure out how to train my brain to have a month calendar that starts on Monday. But this is the Goldilocks. I always enjoy this. And if you don't, you can just go ahead and redate the monthly calendar or redate the weekly calendar. Not a problem. It's really easy. I love the fact that they filled this space up. Like there is no margin. It's just 1/4 inch all the way around. And I love the way it's laid out. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, notes, Saturday, Sunday. And I assume that's the repetitive pattern. I just want to check towards the end of the month what the end of the month extra pages look like. So you get a dot grid before the next month. Of course, then December will go all the way until the 31st. And then, well, actually, no, it doesn't. It goes to the 28th, right? And then you got a dot grid and then another nameplate. And that's the way it continues throughout the entire month. It looks like the nameplate it does change. Interesting. So November, I just want to look at all the nameplates now, because it would be November, December. January is the same as November. February is very festive. I love these. I love that around there. It's so pretty. In March, you go back to the regular nameplate. So maybe it's every other one. April, May. So every other one gets its own special nameplate. June, beautiful. July, back to the same old nameplate. August, there's October. I skipped September. September, October. Ooh. Oh, okay, it's fine. Whoa, okay, November, and then December, and then December, and that is the entire year at a glance. So once the year is done, it does go to the 3rd of 2027. Then we've got Dock Red, Dock Red, Dock Red, Dock Red, and Dock Red. And then we have a little cute little pocket here as well. So there you go. That is my Songbird B5 planner. And you can see that I had no trouble turning the pages. I'm very excited about this. Very thrilled to have Archer and Olive have a spiral planner. Can't tell you how exciting that is. Very much looking forward to being in it, planning in it, being creative in it, and showing you guys all of that as well. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you guys next time.